Hi guys, it's Chris at Cotton Crown, back in my cider shed with another cider to try. And what have I got today? Well, it's a new one. It's a new producer to me. I got a box today, 5 ciders, and then a 6th cider was from a completely different producer that they must also sell on their online shop. So I got a bottle of that, so I'll do that separately. And it's a producer I thought I'd never heard of, but in fact, I think I had heard of them. More of that in a second. Who is it? So, here we go. So it's called Lyne Down, or Lyne Down, but I think it must be Lyne Down Organics, because it's got somebody lying down on the front, and it says, always drink Lyne Down. So I assume it's Lyne Down rather than Lyne Down. Don't know how you pronounce it. But the joke works better if it's Lyne Down, doesn't it? Yes, Chris, it does. Cool. So I thought I'd never heard of them. Then I remembered that James Marsden had been mentored in his cider making at the very beginning in the 90s by a lady called Jean Nowell or Knoll. And she was the lady who ran this company, Lyne Down Organics. And she retired in 2001. So obviously somebody took over and they're still going. So I had heard of them, but through sort of another cider maker, and I didn't know they were still producing, or anything like that. But they are still producing, and here is the proof. So I'm going to do that Kingston Black first. Got 5 varietals. I've got 4 ciders, 1 perry, and then another cider from a completely different company that I'd never heard of, and they must sell it on their online shop basically. So yeah, so we'll try that one separately. What did it say on the bottle? Still variety Kingston Black cider. Lyne Down Organic cider is crafted from 100% apple juice pressed from hand-picked apples grown in our traditional organic orchard on the edge of Markle Ridge in South Herefordshire, an area famous for cider making over the centuries. Certainly is. Our cider is produced in small batches using natural yeast to ferment the apple juice. We don't add sulfites or preservatives to our cider. Going to do a thing about sulfites very soon, because it's something we need to talk about. The juice from the Kingston Black apple is bitter sharp with well-balanced tannin and acidity, which leads to a full-bodied cider with a distinctive taste. There you go. Or sketched by Jean Knoll. So the lady I was talking about, she drew this lady lying down. There you go. Come on. I'm going to sneeze. Am I? I don't know. Yes, I am. Give me a second. Excuse me. Getting a bit hair fevery, I think. I don't really get hair fever, but just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. And the spring certainly sprung today. So what am I doing? Oh yeah. Bottle opener. So we've been doing a lot of thinking about Kingston Blacks over the last, 10, 20, 30 episodes, whatever it is. Just because it's hailed to be like the greatest single varietal cider apple. And I was a bit like, is it really? I feel like I've had, more consistent good ciders from things like Yarlington Mill, for example. But after doing some reading and thinking about it, I'm not a cider maker, but I like to learn about how things like cider are made. If I'm going to sell it, you've got to know how it's made. And one of the things that's good about Kingston Black is that it's a bitter sharp. And the thing about bitter sharps is they've got good acidity. And if you have good acidity, it protects the juice. So the fact that it might be hailed as a great cider apple might be partially to do with it tastes good, but also part of the fact is that you don't have to blend it and it'll still look after itself because of the low pH, the high acidity. So you won't get any microbial infections early in the fermentation before it's developed to the alcohol because you've got good acidity without the addition of acid apples, sharps. Yeah? So I think that's one of the reasons, other than taste, why cider makers like this cider apple so much, which would make sense. So let's pour this sucker out. That's a very clean glass. Not that they're always dirty, but this one's particularly clean. So, thingamajig, there you go. Nice amber colour. So this has got tannin in, and so it should. It's a bitter sharp. Bitter as in tannic. Okay? Nice colour. Hazy, unfiltered. It said that on the bottle. Don't know if it's not bottle conditioned because it's still. So this is a still cider. Let's have a sniff. Is it too cold? Yeah, it's a bit cold. It's a bit cold. Never mind. Nice nose. Nice nose. Quite sweet, perfumey, I've said this a lot lately, but like sauteed apple. That's what I want to say. It's got that sweetness, almost like a caramel baked sort of character to it. Ripe aged apple as well. Apples have been stored, sweated in a shed or somewhere, undercover. You get that sort of smell from them. Yeah, nice. Very desserty. Like a rich apple dessert, that on the nose. Hint of funk. Just a merest hint of sort of funk or something in the background. Yeah, nice. Nice nose. Let's try it. I'm excited to try all these, I must say. It's great when you find a producer you think you've never heard of. So I forgot to mention, dry, and it is dry, but it feels, I mean, I can't tell if it's got so much appley fruit in it that it makes me think it's just off dry, or if it is just fractionally off dry. With 7.5%. So I mean, you know, there was a lot of sugar in these apples. If there's some left over, and it was 7.5%. But yeah, dry, and it does have bold acidity. It does have bold acidity. It is there. Not too much. Not too much. Man, lovely acidity actually. Really good. It's almost like that skin character to it as well. Hint of leatheriness in the back. Yeah. Hint of hard tannin in the back. A little bit of leatheriness. Really rich fruit. I think it's dry. It's got quite bold acidity, but it almost feels like a dessert-like. It's got such good fruit in it. Really like it. Really like it. Yeah. Yeah. No, if all Kingston Blacks are like this, you'd go, yeah, that's a great cider apple. I mean, it's a great cider apple, but you know what I mean. Hint of astringency on the front. Not a lot of tannin on the front, actually. Not a lot. I don't know if they macerate, you know, before they press, just to soften their tannins a bit. I mean, judging by the colour, they could do that, you know, because it oxidises. The tannins oxidise, and that's what gives you the colour as well. And you lose tannin as well, in terms of the stringency and so forth. Nice, actually, that. Really nice. Really nice. It's a great balance. Hint of leather, like hard tannin. Beautiful acidity. Loads of apple. Dry, but almost gives you the feeling that it's got sugar in it because it's so rich and fruity. Nice cider, that. That is a nice Kingston Black. Nice work. Cool, guys. So that was a good start, wasn't it? Yes, Chris, that was a very good start. I'm glad you agree. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into these people. I'm going to have to examine, you know, my portfolio and see if there's room for these guys as well, if they're all as good as this, because that is a nice example of a single variety cider. I like it very much. Okay, guys, that was good. That was good. And we've got more to come. So, thank you for joining me as always. I hope you join me again. But until then, cheers.